So one of the big questions that I keep getting from you guys is how do I find these XP farms? Well, there's a couple of different ways of doing it, a couple of reasons why we're not so vocal about it, and a couple of reasons why you're having problems finding it. I'm Darkstrider the YouTube Assassin. I'm going to show you everything I know about these XP farms, and you gotta keep it on the low. So one of the biggest reasons that people are not shouting out XP farms as often is because it just lets Ubisoft know exactly where they are. If I show you a XP farm in this video, there is a good chance that if you're asleep, if you're at work, you're at school, wherever you are, within a couple of hours, by the time you get home, Ubisoft will have already shut down that XP farm because so many people will make such a big deal about it. So what you have to do is, that's why we're not shouting them out. Now, what you have to do, you have to go around looking for all these type of exclamation points. As you find them, you may find one that says XP farm or whatever. Now, a couple of the programmers are actually getting slick and they're creating XP farms, but they're not naming it XP farm. It'll be named something else. I've actually found while shooting this video 3 different XP farms that were not even named XP farm. They were named something entirely different. So you're going to have to go around and figure out exactly which of these quests will do it. If you enter and it doesn't seem like it's going to be an XP quest, just leave it. That's the easiest thing to do. The other thing you could do is go to assassinscreed.com and just look up all of the different quests that people have created. If you see one that says something about XP, you can select add that to your story log. If you add that to your story log, it'll automatically pop up in your world. All right, you may have to exit and then reload the game in order for it to be there, but it will be there. All right, if you hit add to story log and something red comes up, that means that obviously they shut that down. It'll say there's a problem adding the story to the story log. That means that they completely just shut it down. Now, you're not going to see it actually in your story log. When you go to my stories, you shouldn't see anything other than things that you have created. So that's why you don't see it in the list. What you're going to have to do is just search the world for the same title that you just had, and it'll be there. The thing is that, like I say, you may have to just exit the game and then come back into the game for it to load there. And again, a lot of these things are not actually named XP Quest. Now, once you do find an XP farm, you got to make sure it's worth your while. Sometimes you'll enter XP farms, they'll give you low yields like low XP, low drachmy returns. It's up to you whether or not you want to like stay in there and just continuously get those kind of rewards, or if you want to try another XP farm. If you do decide to stay in there and just get your rewards, you can save the game while you're in there, go to work, school, whatever, sleep, and come back, and you'll still be in that farm, even if they do shut it down. So, you'll just continuously be doing this stuff. Past that, if it's way too low, if the yields are not what you want, you may want to consider actually finding a completely different XP farm. All right. Once again, like I said before, we're not going to shout them out because that's how they shut them down. All right. There are a bunch of just besides keywords and hashtags and everything that we see as far as XP farms go, there are also a bunch of people that are just reporting it. They're going into the freaking XP farm. They're gaining benefits, which is kind of hypocritical. And then they're shutting it down, which makes no sense. Again, this is something that's to be expected. You just have to be careful with what you're doing. You just have to be careful with what XP farm you're looking into and just actually get in there and do it. Again, if you're wasting your time, just leave it because it's just not going to be worth the effort. If you don't have enough yields for whatever you're trying to accomplish, like as you can see, this one is giving me a pretty low XP and drachmi count. So like I wouldn't really stay in here. I would try to find something that has a lot more. But that's just me. You know, you may be at a level where this is fantastic for you and it works. That's fine. You know, you do what works for you. So that's how you find the XP farms, how you add them to your stories, how you find them in the world once you add them to your stories. And again, keep looking for things that really don't say XP farm. Look for other quests. Look for things that say something completely crazy. Like, legit, I have found no less than 5 per day. All right? Not all at the same time, at varying times of day. Sometimes you have to knock out a couple of the other stories in order for other stories to pop because there are so many. As I was looking at the website, there are over 14 pages of stories, so a lot of people are getting involved in the story creator mode, which they should be because it actually is a pretty fun thing. Even though it's kind of limited, it's not as prominent as the Far Cry 5 arcade editor. It's still really good. All right, I'd like to see them do a little more with it, but this is where we're at right now as far as this goes. So anyway, that's how you do that. Just remember, you can go to the website, assassinscreed.com. You can look up the story editor mode. You can look up the various stories. You could add them to your stories, and then they will be somewhere in the world. They won't be in the stories tab. They'll be in the world. You may have to log out of the game and then log back in order to actually play them. All right. On top of that, if you're just wandering around looking at the map, don't just look for anything that says XP farm. Look for weird name things that, you know, just seem kind of strange and everything. You may find that that is an actual XP farm. So look into that as well. All right. Other than that, like I said, some people may shout out the XP farms, but by the time you see it, most likely they'll be gone because Ubisoft is getting pretty quick about shutting those down. All right, the other option you have is that you can make your own. Just go to the story creator mode on assassinscreed.com, create your own, and then launch it. And when you publish it, you'll actually be able to have your own XP farm and maybe, you know, don't say anything to anybody and just continuously build them so that that way you've got your farm and you can continue doing it yourself. All right. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of these XP farms? Have I straightened you out on XP farms? I know so many of you just keep asking, like, I can't find this. Why can't I find this? I'm having trouble with this. And, you know, hopefully this just squared you up so that that way you'll be able to not only find the XP farms, but if you go to the assassinscreed.com website and you add it to your stories, you'll know exactly how to do it. Once again, it will not be in your tab. You'll have to remember what the name of it was, and you'll have to go around the world searching for that specific one. All right. On top of that, if you go to add it and it says in red that there's a problem, that means that there obviously was a problem. You can't add it. It's closed, it's banned, whatever. And if it's green, that means that you're good to go. It should have been added, and it'll be somewhere in your game world. Again, you may have to log out of the game, then back into the game in order for it to pop if you're doing it while you're in the middle of a game, if you add it in the middle of playing Assassin's Creed. All right, you may have to do an alternate way of adding it. So again, like I said, I hope this helps you out. Please like and subscribe. Helps the channel out an awful lot. And as always, thank you for watching.